right, today we're going to dive into a hands-on look at Anthropic's brand new AI tool, Claude Design. Is this going to change how we create, well, everything? Let's find out.
So let's kick things off with the one big idea that's driving all of this. It's really the core concept behind everything we're about to see. Think about it. Videos, slides, websites, apps. Under the hood, they're all just code. And that realization, it changes everything. And that's exactly the question Anthropic seems to be asking, right? Because what they're building is so much more ambitious than just one little design tool.
So, that brings us to their grand vision, what people are starting to call the new AI-native knowledge stack. See, they're not just making a single product. They're building a full suite of tools. Claude Code for the developers, Claude Cowork for all your documents and spreadsheets, and now Claude Design. They are literally systematically creating an AI-powered replacement for pretty much every tool you use at work. Okay, look at this. What's so wild about this slide is just how direct it is. You've got the old guard on the left, Figma, Google, Microsoft. And then on the right, Anthropic's direct competitors. This isn't some niche little thing. This is a full-on challenge to the big dogs of software. Okay, so the big question is, how good is it really? Well, let's do a rapid-fire look at 5 totally different projects it built from the ground up, all in just a few minutes. And this just perfectly shows you the insane range this thing has. I mean, we're talking animated videos, full-blown presentations, websites, app prototypes, and even these super complex design systems for developers. It's one tool doing 5 completely different jobs. All right, so first up, for this first demo, they literally just copied and pasted the entire text from a blog post into Claude Design and said, make an animated video. And then the AI starts asking questions, what kind of tone, how long should it be, what style are you going for, before it just pops out a whole video. And here's the kicker. It's all about the speed. What would normally take a skilled pro hours, maybe even days to do, is now a task that's done in less time than it takes to make a cup of coffee. I mean, that is just a mind-blowing leap in productivity. All right, next up, landing pages. They gave it a super simple, kind of lazy prompt, just recreate the Claude co-working page. The tool actually went and found the website on its own and built a version that was like 80% of the way there. It got the illustrations, the layout, most of it, but then it got really interesting. This is where you see it's got a personality. The user then asked it to rewrite all the text with this funny, almost dystopian, tongue-in-cheek vibe about AI taking over the world. So, this isn't just a test of structure. It's a test of creativity and humor. And the results? They were absolutely hilarious. The AI just starts spitting out lines like, "We'll take it from here," and "hand off your career to us." This proves the tool can actually get tone, it can get satire, it can get humor. All those things we usually think of as being uniquely human. So when you see all of this together, it's pretty clear it points to a massive shift in how we do creative work, and people are starting to call it the 90-10 workflow. The idea here is actually really simple, but its implications are huge. Instead of staring at a blank screen, you get the AI to generate the first, say, 90% of the work. Your job as the human completely changes. You're no longer doing all the grunt work. You're just providing that final 10%, the polish, the key decisions, the creative spark. Yeah, this really is the new paradigm. You're not a lone artist building from scratch anymore. You're more like a conductor or an editor or a curator. You're guiding this incredibly powerful creative engine to get you almost all the way there basically instantly. So, what does all this mean for you, for me, for individuals? Well, it's enabling the rise of a whole new type of creator. And that's what we're calling the solo builder. Think about it. It's one person, empowered by AI, who can now do the job of a designer, an engineer, and a copywriter, all by themselves. The idea that you need a big specialized team just to get a product off the ground, that's starting to fade away. And here's the really crucial takeaway. AI is now good enough to be your entry-level designer and your entry-level engineer. If you've got an idea for an app, a website, a video, all those barriers are just melting away. You don't have to go hire a team or spend months learning to code anymore. You can just build it. All right, so let's pull this all together. First, we've seen Anthropic isn't just building a tool, they're going after the entire knowledge worker stack. Second, we've got this new 90-10 workflow, where AI does all the heavy lifting up front. And third, this is creating a new generation of solo builders. Now, is the tool perfect? No, it's still early. It's got bugs, for sure. But the potential, wow, the potential is just incredible. And that leaves us with one last really powerful question for you. If AI is handling that first 90%, all the tedious work, the blank page, the technical stuff, what amazing things are you going to create with your final, uniquely human 10%?